we're protecting in one sense, and in the bigger sense, we're not doing such a good job of it. I mean, in these small areas, yeah, sure, we're making progress. We are, I think, raising awareness of it as an issue, but the world's population and humanity's dominance of the planet is an ongoing thing, and it can be seen. I mean, look at a picture of the Earth at night from space, and look at the footprint of humanity. You can see the cities as globes of light everywhere that we are. And some folks say, well, we haven't changed the planet. Well, you just have to look at those pictures on the night side of the Earth, and I don't know how you can deny it.
So you were going to offer another suggestion for a question. So what was that? So I can ask you a question.
I mentioned the birthright thing, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say on camera about the birthright? I know you did downstairs.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't know if you...
Maybe not, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So-
Well,
What is our right to a night sky?
well, to me, it's, to the human race, it's been our birthright. Throughout our history, we've had the night sky in its full glory up until really the industrial age, where anyone could be outside at night and see the Milky Way, the galaxy that we call home. And nowadays, I talk to kids, presentations that I give in schools, or to kids who visit the observatory, even adults that visit the observatory, and they don't know what the Milky Way is because they haven't seen it, or they haven't understood it. And I mean, scientifically, we understand more about it than ever before, but on a person-to-person-to-person basis, it's as or more mysterious than ever. And when we look up at the night sky, instead of seeing a black sky that is glittering with stars and planets and nebulas and the Milky Way galaxy, we see a few dots here and there and a whole lot of gray. And a lot of the more beautiful objects in the night sky just blend right into the gray, like they no longer stand out as they would against a black background. And that connection that we have with the universe beyond is, I think, being lost as we get more and more focused on what we're doing down here on the ground.
Who's doing it right? Or how do we compare Canada? How do we compare to what's going on in the rest of the world in terms of dealing with light pollution and raising awareness and doing things?
Yeah, places that are doing it right are the places where astronomy is an actual industry. For example, Arizona, where they have a number of observatories because they have such good weather and such steady skies, that astronomy has established a foothold as being one of the things that they do in Arizona. And because of that, I think it gets a little bit more respect in terms of the light pollution bylaws and so on that get passed. Tucson, for example, is very aware of keeping the light pointing down at the ground where it belongs, as opposed to spreading it in all directions, side lighting, up lighting, backlighting. We don't need that stuff. And in Tucson, they've done a good job of controlling it. If you look at a picture, again, of the Earth at night from space and compare Arizona to Alberta, you'll see the Edmonton, Red Deer, Calgary corridors just jumping off the screen at you compared to, and the municipalities are at least comparable sizes, and yet the ones in Arizona are much more muted. And they're not perfect. And I don't think perfect is any part of the equation anymore, but better. There's no reason why we can't do a lot better.
So just to wrap up, in a nutshell, what does the night sky mean to you?
Well, it's the big picture. It's the connection with the larger universe that's frankly brought a lot of peace and reflection, pardon the pun, in my telescope, looking at what's beyond. And I used to be a worrywart. I used to have ulcers when I was a young man. I was myself too focused on everything down here. The sense of perspective that spending time in the sky and just in my mind thinking about it and looking at it and trying to interpret it and just realizing how big the big picture really is and how our small part of it, I think we have actually a big part. Our part is to look and see and wonder and try to understand. And without that intelligence, that big picture would be meaningless. Now, I don't think we're the only intelligence. I'm pretty sure eventually it'll become clear that there are other intelligences in other places looking and wondering at the same things, and those will actually be the connections among us.
Thank you very much.
Okay? Thank you.
Do you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Very
Great
nice.
job.